Hey, what's going on, everyone? For this video, I want to touch on a whole bunch of different things. First thing I want to touch on is ROH on HDNet from this past week. We had the Briscoes and the Kings of Wrestling in a television matchup. And yeah, for a TV match, this was a good match. I really enjoyed it. But however, don't expect like a big bang match or a Death Before Dishonor 8 match. It definitely doesn't compare to some of their previous matches. This was kind of a match just to build up the final battle main event, or the final battle match between these two teams. For those that don't know, they're actually doing Kings of Wrestling and Shane Hagedorn, and they're going to take on the Briscoes and Papa Briscoe. Now, personally, in my opinion, for final battle, this is kind of a weak match. I feel like at final battle, you need to have like a blow off, ultra athletic wrestling match, and this really is not going to reach that level. I don't know. This feud has been going on for a long time, so this is something different. It could be very, very fun, but at the same time, I just feel like as far as this is kind of going to limit the actual wrestling. I mean, as far as this being a great wrestling match, I just don't see this being amazing. So, this is something that I would expect more so at like a house show. I would say that. So yeah, this edition of HDNet, I would say it wasn't like must see. It was good though. The main event was good. Definitely worth checking out. ROH Brazil is not uploading the ROH on HDNet shows anymore, so it's going to be tough to get your hands on them. However, for those that don't know, the Breakdown, YouTube user by the name of the Breakdown actually posted a whole bunch of links. So I'm just going to take those links and post them in the description. So check out those sites. I think you have to register for one of them, for a couple of them, and just try to figure out how you can get ROH on HDNet, and you could definitely check it out there. So yeah. So the next thing I want to talk about is Dragon Gate USA's pay-per-view. It's called Bushido, Code of the Warrior. This is going to be taking place on Go Fight Live, the same provider that does the Ring of Honor pay-per-views. And this is going to be a great show. I really feel like everyone needs to go out of their way and see this show. The main event is going to be BB Hulk versus Shingo to open the Freedom Gate Championship. I think BB Hulk is finally going to drop the championship. He's been champion for almost a year now. Yeah, I can't believe it's almost been a whole year, but yeah. This is going to be a great match. They had a match in Japan last summer, which was awesome. Some people gave it 5 stars, and it was a hair versus hair match. It's definitely worth checking out. But this is going to be the rematch, and this is just going to be an awesome match. So definitely check that out. Next up, you're going to have Austin Aries versus Masato Yoshino. This is a dream match. This is probably one of my top 20 dream matches from the international independent scene. This is just going to be an epic match. Yoshino is one of the most athletic guys in the world. Let alone professional wrestling. And, him and Aries, I think Aries is going to put on a great showing. I think he's going to want to prove that he's still one of the best. Now, while I'm on the subject of Austin Aries, I just want to bring something up. Ring of Honor kind of dumped Aries, which is kind of shocking to me. I feel like Aries is probably the best overall talent on the Ring of Honor roster. When you combine charisma, character development, wrestling ability, storytelling, I feel like Aries was definitely that guy. But, I don't know. There's not a lot of information about it out there. I would assume that they probably got rid of Aries because they wanted to cut costs and save some money so they could sign Davey Richards to a contract, and then eventually they signed Christopher Daniels to a contract as well, full-time contract. I'm sure Christopher Daniels probably demanded a lot of money. He has a high mortgage and kids and all that stuff. So maybe that has something to do with it. But some people are speculating that Aries might cut an anti-Ring of Honor promo at the show. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we'll probably see Aries and ROH within maybe a year or some change. So I would say that. But yeah, this show looks great though. Also you're going to get Jon Moxley versus Jimmy Jacobs in an I Quit match. These are two guys on the undercard that Gabe Sapolsky's been doing a great job of utilizing some of the undercard guys compared to ROH. I think ROH's undercard is a lot more stale than the Evolve Dragon Gate USA undercard. I've said that plenty of times before, but I really believe that. I'm really impressed with Jon Moxley on the mic. I think this is going to be an awesome matchup between Moxley and Jacobs. Jacobs is great in that hardcore environment, so expect a bloody match right there. And then we're going to get an awesome tag match. We're going to get CIMA and Genki Horiguchi taking on Akira Tozawa and Yamato. This is going to be an awesome match, awesome tag match. Akira Tozawa is coming off match of the year, arguably the match of the year with Chris Hero at Bola 2010, and the elements are definitely there for like a 4.5 star tag team matchup. So yeah, this is going to be a great show. Check it out on GoFightLive.tv for $14.95. If you want to see a great wrestling show, this is going to be it. So there's not a lot of buzz for this show, so I figured I'd just come on here and talk about it. So yeah, All right, the next thing I want to talk about is Brock Lesnar. Now, there's been a huge thing with Brock Lesnar and the Undertaker at UFC. There was kind of like a Taker was being interviewed, and then him and Lesnar had this kind of not really a confrontation. It was just like an awkward moment. You know, you could just feel a little bit of heated tension there. But yeah, a lot of people are speculating is this going to be a work, and then other people like Matt Hardy are saying that nothing is going to come out of this. A lot of people are kind of downplaying it, but you know, I'm not so sure how much freedom Lesnar has. I'm not so sure what he could really do. Um, but, you know, I really think that Brock will be open to coming back for WrestleMania for a big-time money matchup. You know, I think Vince, at this stage, Vince is probably in awe of Brock Lesnar. And, you know, Brock has proved that he could draw without, you know, the Vince McMahon packaging. And I think Vince has a lot more respect for Brock now as opposed to 2004, 2005 when he left the WWE to play in the NFL and it got cut by the Vikings practice squad. I think now Brock has definitely proven that, you know, he's the one guy that could come back to the WWE and inject the company with life. You know, I think Triple H coming back won't really do that at this point. It's been done so many times. But Brock Lesnar is definitely, if he came back, he would be the biggest draw in the company right now. I really believe that. Maybe him, Brock, and Cena would be the two biggest draws. But yeah, very, very excited if Brock would come back. I think Brock would take the deal if he could. I think he's worth every single penny. Whatever. I think Vince will pull out all stops to get Brock at WrestleMania. I really feel like the company needs this. I think the WWE needs this. I think professional wrestling needs this. I think Brock and Taker. It'll be no matter who Brock faces at WrestleMania. Brock versus Cena, Brock versus Orton. You know, they just got to get Brock at WrestleMania. But yeah, Brock and Taker with the streak on the line, that would be epic. I would just love to see it. You know, there's been the Brock Taker feud has so much history going back to 2002. I really felt they did a great job with that feud. I feel like there's a lot of realism there as well, which is rare for Undertaker feud because Undertaker's got such a heavy gimmick. But yeah, the Brock Taker thing is something that I really feel like has a lot of history and realism to it. So yeah, that'd be a great matchup. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. You know, the last thing I want to touch on is the YWC. You know, there's a lot of people saying that the you know, YouTube is kind of stale right now. How it's kind of you know, the glory days of YouTube were 2007, and I definitely agree with that. You know, back in 2007, you know, True Slayer used to do the question and answer videos every day, and you know, Crazy Mike was pumping out very, very entertaining videos. I really thought PS Power made some great videos back then. Bill and Doug made a video every week back then. So yeah, I would agree. 2007 was definitely the glory days. As far as entertainment value, you know, YouTube was definitely a lot more entertaining back then. Nowadays, I think maybe YouTube has kind of been oversaturated with reviews. I think some people are kind of tired of you know, the format of you know, seeing all these reviews for every single show. So I think that's what it is. I think guys like myself and Honor Hammer have kind of you know, we've come on here and kind of tried to emphasize the positives of professional wrestling. You know, we just wanted to come on here, you know, check out this show, check out that show. You know, we just kind of want to recommend, you know, where to see great wrestling. And you know, I don't know. Maybe some people want to see people start feuding with each other. You know, 187 ARS did this crazy video, which was entertaining, but you know, I don't know if that's what people really want to see. Because you know, back in the day, people used to say, you know, focus on the positive, stop bitching, stop complaining. And now I feel like YouTube, we have a whole bunch of people that are friendly with each other. We, you know, do reviews. We're very, very positive. We're very, very respectful to one another. We plug everyone. So maybe like YouTube has become oversaturated with too many baby faces. Maybe, you know, maybe we need some more heels. So I don't know. But I would just say this. I would say YouTube has never been better as far as you know, knowing what to get and what not to get. You know, there was a review for every Chikara show, every ROH show, every PWG show. You got Evolve, Dragon Gate USA. You got people reviewing, you know, local independent companies like IPW and I don't even know what else. But yeah, you know, it wasn't like that in 2007. To find a PWG or Chikara review in 2007 was very, very rare. Maybe Dirty White Boy or Crazy Mike would do it on an occasional basis, but it really wasn't as you know, it really wasn't there back in the day. So, but you know, as far as entertainment value, I would agree 2007 was a little bit more, you know, edgy. I would say that, but I don't know. Maybe you know, in the future, I'm going to stop doing the short ROH reviews. There's a lot of people out there that love that stuff. A lot of people message me and say, "Are you going to do 2008? You're going to do 2009?" I'm not going to do it, you know, because there's too many reviews out there already. You know, 2008 and 2009, there's a lot of reviews out there for ROH shows. You just have to search them. Just search for them, and you'll definitely find them. So I think personally, I think my channel's become a little bit too oversaturated with the same stuff. You know, the same review after review after review. So in the future, I'll try to make more entertaining videos, more discussion videos. And when I do reviews, I'll probably try to combine everything into one. You know, I think people like that. I think people like seeing reviews where it's short, sweet, to the point, and then boom, move on to the next show. I think people like that. But don't get me wrong, though. I think from time to time, depending on the importance of the show, I think sometimes it does call for it to be for a show to have its own review, a show to have its own video. That's what I'm trying to say. So I would say that. So that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Watch Dragon Gate USA's Bushido Code of the Warrior. It's going to be a great show. Go Fight Live for only $14.95. And if you want the HDNet links, check out the links below. So, all right, guys. Thanks for watching.